Hi guys. Okay, so my internet died and I don't know what happened. I'm hoping that it works this time and it's not blurry. So far I'm moving and it looks just fine. It looks pretty clear. So, okay. Hi there, Tiffany here. Welcome to my quilting life. If you are new to my channel, don't forget to head down there, hit that subscribe button, like my videos, and share them. Today, I'm doing binding, and I'm hoping that everything that I'm going to repeat that I said earlier, for those of you who are just joining, does not get lost all over again. It looks to be staying pretty good, hopefully. So, I'm going to bind this. You guys saw it in a tutorial. Quilted it with clamshells. I'll show you the back. It's got Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Piglet, and Eeyore on it. Little bees. So it is a baby quilt. Edge to edge, clamshells. Again, I'll show you. This was done in a tutorial. It's a quilt on point. Super soft, super duper cuddly. I'm going to bind it in black. I'll show you guys the rest later when everybody finds that I'm back on. And so far, it looks to be horrible again. I don't know what's wrong here. Oh, well, doesn't matter. I'm just going to keep going. So I'm going to turn that back on, and I'm going to turn this way now to where you can see the cutting area and me right here. So throw that out of the way. Making sure that you can see me. Oh, you can see me perfectly. Okay. So I'm going to bind this one in black. And I need to just cut 4 strips because it's only 37 by 44. So I just need 1, 2, 3, 4, and I should have plenty. So I just need 4 strips of black fabric. And I'm just going to do 2.5 inch. I'm going to straighten this edge up. Not all my fabric was perfect on the little bowl on the shelf. So I'm going to start by straightening this up. I'm wondering where everybody disappeared to now that I'm back. Everybody's probably realizing, oh, her internet sucks. I don't want to watch her video. No, I doubt that. Maybe it just didn't get the notification or something. All right, so I'm just going to cut 2.5 inch strips. Again, I don't know why my internet died and then came back on, and then it died a second time, and I don't know how to do internet settings. So I'm just going to cut 4 strips here that are 2.5 inches wide. And I'm going to join them. I'm going to change out to some black thread though. And one more. I'm pretty sure this is a 43, 44 inch width of fabric. Hi, Dan. It looks to be that. Oh yeah, perfect. Okay. So it's exactly what I needed. All right, so we're going to start with this one for these. I got some tags I made, a ton of tags. I just need 1 for this project. Throw the rest back here, out of my way. Change out to this black thread and get to work. Well, actually, it's charged. Yay. All right, so I'm going to change out to this black. If I can find an end. All right. I didn't get a notice you were back on. Well, some people probably will, some people won't. It was my internet, so yeah, I don't know. Sometimes that happens. I can't help it. I can't help that I have crappy anything right now. Unfortunately, it's all I have. So, all right, let's put my only black bobbin in here. I only need to hook 4 of these things together. All right. Hi, Linda. Okay. It'd be nice if I had the needle threaded. Okay. So as any binding, I'm going to put it right sides together and sew my diagonal line. I know you guys have seen this a bazillion times. I'm creating an L. And then I'm going to sew from this left down to the bottom right. Top left to bottom right. Oops. Stay right there. I'm going to flip it up to me, put the next one on. Flip it up to me, put the next one on. This is some. Hi, Vicky. I shared the ones I knew. Shared the ones what you knew. Videos, you mean? Alright, one more. Yep, back on, and it's not blurry. It doesn't look blurry from my end, so I don't even have the big screen on today. I just am only using my phone. If I pause this to answer, I'm going to be so pissed if it's a telemarketer. Hello? This is her. Colorado what? Oh, not interested. Sorry. That's why I don't answer my phone. Everybody wonders when they call me, you never answer your phone. Well, that's because 95% of the time, it's a telemarketer. Okay, so I'm just cutting away 1/4 inch. And yes, I'm using scissors instead of doing it with the rotary cutter, which I normally do, but just want to get this done. Now I'm going to press it, which I don't even have the iron on yet because the whole internet thing kind of got me all discombobulated. All right. Hi, Teresa. Hi, Linda. All right, so I'm just going to finger press for now at these junctions. Then I'm going to go take it to the iron. We have 3 junctions anyway. Take it to the iron, press the whole thing, and put it on the quilt. Because it's not that hard. Okay. So there's that. Get all that crap out of my way. Put those here. I'm going to come over here and turn the iron on, and you guys can watch me press and chit chat. And that's the quilt that we'll be doing. This is the quilt that's getting bound. So you can see that while this turns itself on. I only needed 4 strips for this because it's such a little project. You guys see in the closet, it's starting to get empty. There was a lot of quilts hanging, and now there's not. The camera's right facing the door. Okay. No, I do not. Nope. Truth. High Truth Convoy. Is that what that says? I was a telemarketer once in the 70s. Yeah, I don't do telemarketers. You can't see that screen. It looks like I need my handy dandy phone screen instead. All right. The way I can see. All right. Let's reset that because now I can see. Yeah, I don't answer. Yes. Hello. He never wears a shirt. He just doesn't know what angle my camera will be in. I tell him that I'm live. He should just know not to walk in here when I'm live. Unless he hears the sewing machine, then he knows the camera will be facing the sewing machine. So, yeah, he never wears a shirt. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. And when he does, it's to go into a store. He even drives and just no shirt. to go places. All right, just pushing these that I finger press down, and now I'm going to fold and press all the way down. This is some very thick black that I'm using. I'm trying to use up some of my solids on the other shelf, and black was the only color. I thought I had some more of this yellowish color, but I don't. But I could have swore I did, but I must have used it all, because I don't see any down there either. I just thought about it. I have another one on the floor, but it's not down there. So black is the color I go to when I don't have a color left over, and white is the other one I go to. So for binding, when I don't have something to do, it was different back then. I worked for a furnace company. We called during blizzards. Well, when everybody's home during a blizzard, they need somebody to talk to, and sometimes people talk to the telemarketers. I mainly screw with them, but now they call constantly. Every time my phone rings, I think, I don't know, every day at least 3 calls are telemarketers and 0 regular human beings calling me for being a friend. It's like once a week I get a regular phone call. Scott gets all my doctor's office phone calls. And everything else, I don't really chat on the phone much. I chat on face-to-face video chatting a lot, or text, or messenger. That's about it. And yes, you guys are seeing me actually dressed in street clothes today, because I went out, got my nails done, like I said I was going to do. I needed an overlay so they could stop breaking. I have faith in you. You will get them done before the new year. My phone, too, has been wrecked by robocalls. We all know you're busy, so we don't call much. That's why I don't recognize the number. I don't answer it. I let the machine get it. Yep, I do with mine, too. If you guys call and listen to my answering machine, that's what it says. It says, if you are a telemarketer, blah, 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 or something like that, this is why I'm not answering the phone. If you're friends or family, leave a message and I'll call you back. And I don't block all the numbers anymore because it gets full and then you have to restart the list over again. And do not call.gov, that is actually a joke. Let me tell you. We have put our phone numbers on do not call lists like 100 bazillion times and we still get phone calls. So we're starting to think that that's just a pock of baloney, because do not call does the website to sign up to put your number in, I think, is crap. It does not work because we still get phone calls constantly. All right. This is now pressed. Let's put it on a quilt. Don't need the iron anymore for a while. Let's turn the camera right here. There we go. Let's grab this quilt. There is no wrong or right side to this thing because it is a baby quilt without car warranty. That one, the car warranty one, I get those constantly. Everybody calls to update car warranty. That's one of the main calls that I get. That and vacation specialists. Like, well, if you're paying for my vacation, then I'll go. I'll talk to you if it's a free trip somewhere. All right, so I'm going to attach this tag, which I should have did that part in white, but oh well, I'm doing it in black. So I'm going to put my little tag on. We're going to pay attention to my seam. Okay. Bring this whole little thing up here with me on the back side. Oh, the only thing about flannel, even though it's super duper soft, is just picking up all the thread around the room. Oh, I could probably get, let's see. They left a loophole they can call because a clause in some website like Facebook gives permission. Ah, yeah, okay. Pretty sure it's something. Okay. All right. Let's line this darn thingy back up right there. We're going to lay this on. Make sure that your opening is facing the machine, the outside of the quilt. I accidentally sewed one on. You guys saw it live the other day. It was on the wrong way. I'm going to leave a little tail on this. It doesn't really need to be that long on this one. Because it's such a small quilt, I'll be able to maneuver it easier. Change my stitch length, which I tend to do quite often. With binding, I use a bigger stitch length for binding, but a smaller stitch length for piecing. And that's just personal preference. All right, and I'm just sew all the way around. We also get the police department phone calls where the police department wants money from us to, to donate to the police department. We get those all the time on our house phone. All right, there. Turn. Lift up, put down. Create my little crease so I know where to come in. Ooh, and I just got purple on the fabric from my beautiful purple nails. So, but those are always legitimate. Yeah, no, they're not. That's why we don't do anything about it. We just ignore them and say, nope, not interested. And hang up. All right, so this should go pretty darn quick because it's small. Again, it's 37 by 44, so it's not very big. It took me an hour and 25 minutes to do all the clamshells on it earlier this afternoon. And now the frame is empty again so that I can put another quilt on it. I'm like literally on a roll with this, getting my quilts done. Need them done. Nope, need them done really. I just want them to all be done. Because I have before last quilting season's quilts in there still that I did last year. Before I took my long arm off the frame. Oops, that went one stitch too far. Oh, get in there. Vinyl is not as bad as polyester. I just use some poly and some scrap quilts. You know what? It's not really that bad, polyester. I mean, I don't want to use the stuff that I have that I didn't know what to do with it that's on my shelf. I think I'm just going to use for like clothes and stuff though, or lining for pillows, because it makes great pillow linings or purse linings. So that's what I'm going to use mine for. I wouldn't care if it was in a quilt though. I'd put it in a quilt. I just would make the whole quilt out of polyester. You know? I have a lot of colors. I could probably take like 3 strips off of every single color that I have and make a strip quilt with it. Just for fun. I mean, that's what I was using to make in the beginning when I first started quilting, because I didn't know the difference. So I was making things out of it when I first started, little quilts this size. Because I didn't know the difference. Didn't know there was a rule. I used sheets and polyester and cotton and whatever I can get my hands on. Mainly just sewing. Anything sewing I did. Use whatever. I tried making myself a top, a pair of pants, all kinds of stuff with polyester. I suck at clothes and I stuck with the quilting only. My mom's used to polyester. They probably did. Everybody probably did at one point in time. They used whatever they can get their hands on, which is how I started. I mean, that's pretty much how it works. Whatever you can get your hands on if you're a beginner. There's no real rule that says that you have to have your quilts made out of cotton. But I don't like the way it quilts, just like free motioning. So that's why I don't use it like that. Well, the video hasn't messed up yet, so looks to be good so far. Up, calm down. Go up again because it's not straight enough for me. Come to about right here. Starting over new in 2020.
Is Michelle on watching you?
No.
Oh.
I am in the middle of purging, just sewing every bit of fabric until you run out. Starting over new in 2020. I wish I could do that.
I was going to say, if Michelle's on, you could ask her about her comment on it.
Oh, yeah, no. She didn't respond when I said I was doing it. All right.
Well, you got a lot of other people.
You can come back on this side because
Hi,
I
everybody.
need that side.
Oh,
if you want to say hi, because they're saying hi, you can just read the comments from right there.
Okay.
All right, so this is how this works. So you can see right here, I'm putting the camera as close as I possibly can. I want you guys to see this because this was asked. Somebody asked if they can see this up close. Okay, so here's the two ends, and I know using black makes it a little bit harder to see.
Am I away now?
No, I just need the scissors. So I'm going to take this end right here, and I'm going to just only off the selvage right here because I left the selvage ends on. So it's a nice straight cut. And I'm going to leave it with my hands. I'm just going to rub it nice along the quilt so that it lays nice and flush. And I'm going to take a ruler, any ruler, as long as it has the size that you used to cut your strip. So my strip is 2.5 inches. So I'm going to lay my ruler on here at the 2.5 inch line on top of the fabric. So you can see that my ruler comes over. Then I'm going to keep my ruler right here on that 2.5 inch mark. And I'm going to pull this tail end over and flatten everything out. Oops, I'm not going to move my ruler at all. Got to leave it where it's supposed to be. Just hold the ruler down. Flatten that other end. Nice and flush. Take your scissors and now you're going to cut on the edge of the ruler. So again, I'm laying it on top of the ruler. The other one is underneath the ruler, still marked at 2.5. The top one is coming over. No, you won't be able to. It won't be able to. Every time we moved it, I moved it earlier, I lost internet connection and everything.
Oh, okay.
So this is my third attempt at making the video. And again, I'm laying it over, nice and flat. I'm going to hold it with my hand like this. My fingers are on it. My fingers are also holding the ruler underneath. I'm going to slide my scissors in at the edge of the ruler and tip them to the left. If you're the other handed, then you'd have to do it the other way. But I'm going to tip my scissors kind of to the left, towards my left hand, along the edge of the ruler, and I'm going to make a cut. So that gives me, pretty much took away 1/8 of an inch or abouts, because once this is connected, if nothing's laying flat, the lip of this ruler also took away some flatness. So now that that is there, take the one like this. Okay, open it to where you can see your fold up towards you. I know with black it's really hard to see.
This is sweet, nice method.
And then this other one, okay, so it's the opening is facing away from the quilt. When you open it like this, you want that fold on top of the other fold in an L. So I need to bring it close so that you guys can see. We're going to hook one corner like this. Bring this up to me. We're going to hook the corner, hook this top right here, and this bottom should line up. And just for video purposes, because I was asked if I can do this, I'm just going to stick a pin on each side to hold this down, because I'm going to sew from corner to corner. So I'm going to sew from this corner right here down to this bottom corner. And the corner, I mean, see that tip right there? Down to this tip right here. So watch out, Scotty. My pins are holding it right now. And I'm going to sew from that corner to that corner. And since you can't see the bottom one, make sure you have some kind of mark or you're really good at corner to corner. So I'm going to line it up with a chain of stitch length real quick. And I'm going to sew to that other corner. Right off the edge. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the pins. I'm going to come back in front of you so that you can see. So the pins are removed. And before I cut that away, I'm going to straighten it out like this. So I didn't cut nothing away. When it's straight, look at that. It lays nice and flat. So now that I know it's laying flat, it was sewn the right direction. Just going to pull it up to me, cut a 1/4 inch away, just like so, with the scissors. Toss that out of the way. And I'm going to keep it a little bit loose so that I can finger press this seam to one side only. You can press your seams open if you want, but on binding, I 100% do not say press seams open. That was one way I would never do it, but you can if you want, if that's what you prefer. And look at that, it lays nice and flat. So I'm going to start sewing about 1 inch above where I stopped to about 1 inch below where I started in the first place. And that's exactly how they're connected. So I'll show you this method more than once because I have more than one quilt to bind, and they go pretty darn quick. So I'm going to put this back under where it's supposed to be, change my setting back to where I had it. And I've been doing it this way for a very long time. When I first learned how binding was actually made, remember I told you the other day, I used to take fabric and fold 2 sides in and then fold it in half. And I would cut like a 4-inch strip and do that with it. And I had super wide binding.
You're not hooked up to the extender?
No, I took it out because it was causing me to be blurry today. I don't know why. It's usually hooked to it. It's wirelessly hooked to it, but the direct cable, I don't know why. It's not working.
Weird.
I don't know what was happening. Every time I plugged it in, it was messing it up. So I'm coming right here. So 1 inch past. And then I'm just going to take
Diane
this.
says that makes more sense than others she's seen.
Okay, and now I'm going to start from this side right above the tag, just so that I know that the tag is getting pushed down. And now I'm just going to flip it to the front and start sewing all the way around. And I have black in the bobbin, and I shouldn't, but I should change that out to white because, yeah. So we're going to make sure my tension is 100% because I don't want black on the bottom side. I think that's going to look stupid since it puts that line all the way around. I'm really picky about that because it has that line and there's no way to avoid it unless you stitch from the back side and fold to the front and hope that it lands on the binding, which I've tried and it never really does. Unless you're like stitching 1 stitch at a time very, very slowly. That way never, for me, never lines up. And what I'm saying is stitch from this side, from the back side, and hold it using binding clips and stitch in that ditch. I just can't do it. You can also take an iron. I saw a video of a woman that just took an iron, pressed everything first with the iron, like this, pressed it over, and then went from the, stitched from the back. But I'm too lazy for all that. I'd rather just have quick and easy. Oh, let's check my tension first real quick. I want to make sure that my it's totally not correct. With 2 different color threads is the best way to check the tension. That's a little bit better. It doesn't bother me when I'm piecing with 2 same colors because the seams don't come apart, but it's barely off. I just don't want to see any little black things. The lady that owns the local quilt shop said if your machine sew binding, you will always have a line. She machine bind quilts all the time. Yeah, I've always, since I started quilting, machine bound. And I tried hand sewing last week. Like I said, I just can't do it. Woo, look at this, just a little bit more. The tension is usually never really this bad. At least it's just little dots. Could be my bobbin too. Nope. Almost there. Hello, Brenda. Wow, I got this thing like so tight. Spending more time playing with my tension than anything, guys, right now. Should have just adjusted the bobbin. Ever so slightly. Okay. Okay. Let's see if that helps. And I don't know how to explain the whole bobbin tension if you guys were curious about that because I'm working on, just did that right now. I don't know how to explain that. It's lefty loosey, righty tighty. If it needs to come down, put it down. If it needs to go up, put it up. Aha, there we go. I can actually pull it back down now. Third line. I keep a little thing of scrap fabric purposely for this. Ooh, look at that. So much better. A little bit more, and it'll be perfect. All right, no black. One more time. No white. I don't know. I don't trust that. I'm going to be picky on this. All right, that's better. Okay. Hello from Canada. Did I say hi to Brenda? I'm sorry. I'm trying to catch up, but I don't remember sometimes if you don't want a line to be black. No, I don't. Not on this, the Winnie the Pooh yellow fabric. Then it'd be too prominent. All right. So I'm going to come and do over my tag first because I'm pushing my tag down to make sure that it doesn't get flipped. Let's start right here on this edge. All right. Hi, Ramona. Yeah, those ones are next. Right now I'm doing this one first because I just did this one a little bit ago, but I pulled out black and I really haven't chose for sure on the binding on those other two because I don't have any of that avocado color left. Okay. I'm just going to adjust the tension as I go because now it's going through more layers and it doesn't seem to be correct. Okay. All right. All right, I'm just going to hope that it lines up and does what it's supposed to as I'm sewing. Okay. Looks good now. Now I just need to fold and sew, fold and sew. And this is a very, very stretchy binding. I should use pins. It would probably help my hands more. Because I've been messing with rulers on the long arm. It makes my hands so tired. Oh yeah, that's way good now. It was so messed up going through all these layers. It's like I'm blinded over here. Okay. So did you guys able to see how I closed my binding really good? Because I want to make sure that that got covered because there was a confusion with what I was doing, I think. So most people don't do it that way. I find it to be quite simple. Instead of breaking out the binding tool or cutting a diagonal, like really, what if you don't match that diagonal? So, I mean, I've seen it done several times on the internet, other ways. All right, let's hold my binding up. One in, one out. Turn. Hi, Misty. All right. How many of you caught the video, watched the video I made last night? Was it okay being in the garage and watching me quilt from that angle, like just watching what my body and arms do? I don't know how to do out there yet besides just recording on the cell phone or going live on the Facebook group because it's hard to get the computer in any other angle than where I had it, honestly. Let's see how you cut the binding. Can see how I cut the binding, you mean on this? Afraid I missed it last night. Oh, it's okay. It's for rewatch. It's not the best quality, but the lighting in the garage is a lot different than the lighting in this room. looks cute with a black binding. I didn't have any brown. Of all the colors that I have, solid-wise, I have no brown. I have a green. I could have used a green, but I think black is probably more suitable for this quilt. Way too far away for me to see, but I also fell asleep at some point. It's okay. It's okay. I wasn't really like showing the quilting as more as I was how to load 2 quilts. You know, that was the whole kind of purpose of the video, was how 2 quilts get loaded and quilted, and more turned out to be like a demo of my machine. Honestly, pretty sure it was you that said that. Somebody said that last night. Now I can't remember. It was somebody. All right. Let's get this one done and move on to the next. Watched you and it was fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do very many of those. Those won't be until I can live stream from any device, and then I can have someone hold the device while I'm out there and come up and see whatever angle you guys need or want to see, if that makes any sense. This is really thick fabric, by the way. My seam right here is so fat that it didn't really want to go over it too well. I can see better with a closer view on Facebook Live. Yes, definitely Facebook Live is a lot clearer video for any live. So Facebook Live only gives the notification. It doesn't give a notification. It just, you have to be on Facebook to see that I'm on or something. I don't know how that works. Unless you have the group notifications turned on, I think, for when anyone posts. I don't know how that works. I'm in a ton of groups, so I have all notifications off. All right. Fold over nicely. Fold up my miter corner. Hold it. The miter corner just got stuck under my presser foot lip. That was not supposed to happen. But it did. All right, almost done. I'm glad I cut this at 2.5 and not 2 1/4 like I do with the most binding, because this is a pretty thick quilt. I was so confused at first when you said you were going to load 2 quilts at once, but then all made sense. I thought they were large quilts. I thought, how in the world is she going to do that? Yeah, no, it's small quilts. So if there's 120 inches on the frame, like if the total combination of 2 things equal 120 inches, I can do probably 2 laps in length, not width, which I explain in the video. Even though I have 130 something inches, because remember I kind of measured while we were videoing. Okay, I'm coming to the beginning and we'll go to the next one. And all finished photos will be in the group and on Instagram, which are in the description below. So don't forget, if you're new to my channel, head down, subscribe, and then go into the description and head over to the group and join the group. But you have to be subscribed because we do pay attention to that. Because I've tried to have, I mean, it's not that I don't want other people joining, but I try to keep track of everybody that talks to me here as well as on Facebook so that I know who's who. Because if we get people that I've never met on here before, then we'd kind of be lost if they were posting because they didn't say, it'd be like, oh, what were they talking about? Something in the YouTube chat, but they weren't on YouTube, so we would never know what was going on. So I kind of just prefer it to be just for the followers. All right, I'm at the beginning. I'm just going to snip this. Hold it down nicely and finish this up. All right, one down. All right. So there's that. You guys can see the clamshell. And now it has black binding. And here's the corner that has the tag. And the stitch all the way around is now white, so it doesn't matter. You can't even tell in the screen. I mean, you can see that there's a stitch there. So let me hold it up so you can see. It's quilted in all clamshells. And I really lined them up too, let me tell you. I really had fun with this. So, okay, that one is done. It is, it's really super soft. Really, really super soft. All right, so one down. Let's grab another one and choose, or I'll just turn the camera again. I'll grab another one and choose. So here's the ones from last night. They're both going to get the same. So remember, this is like an avocado color. I was thinking binding with this. It's an off-white, grayish cream kind of color. I don't know. It's a mixture of gray and cream. I think it looks good as binding. So I'm thinking about doing it on both of them. Oh, and for those of you who are just joining, this is how I ended up quilting. This is what I was doing in that video last night. Let's turn the camera just a little bit this way. So see that? It's squiggly lines. And it looks really, really cute. And just because it seems really tightly quilted, it's still super soft, and because it's got flannel on the back. So ooh, you can see the quilting better this way. You can see that. So it's squigglies. All right, so yeah, I think this one, it's just a small little piece that goes all the way around. I think it blends with all the naturals in this. So let's do it. Let's throw this one over there. And now I'm going to cut, because this is 37 by 44 as well as what I just did. So all I need is 4 strips. So I'm doing 2. I need to cut 8 strips. So we're going to cut 8 strips of this fabric. Wonderful Tiff and Teresa. Sorry, y'all hands full until just now. Hello. Yeah, I have a lot going on. All right. Let's throw that black out of the way for now. All right. We're going to cut 8 strips. And I need to straighten up a line, find a line, and straighten on it. And grab my good ruler, my long ruler. Okay. Grab a long ruler, grab a weight, line it up, and make a cut. And I'm going to do these also at 2.5 inch, just because I can right now. Normally I do 2 1/4, but I used really thick batting, so lately it's like I've been doing a lot of 2.5 inch binding. And that was not supposed to happen. Are you kidding me? Stay right there. Stay right there. I have a little squiggle at the end. There we go. All right, 2.5, and I need 8 of them for 2 quilts. 2.5 all the way down. I'll look at the comments in a second, guys. I'll probably mess up all my cuts if I look at the comments while cutting. You guys know me. Something always distracts me. Oh, and I have a bad habit of laying the ruler down on the fabric, leaning my arm on it, my elbow at the bottom, my hand on the top, and just cutting like that. I've been doing that a lot lately. I don't know why. It's just what I've been doing. I need a new blade in this one. Yeah, instead of using the weight. It's kind of weird. But long yardage, usually I end up shifting no matter what I do, somehow, some way. Why is it not cutting down here? I must have a really big gouge down here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm not going to reach right there. Just stop. Don't move. Just using the ruler and leaning on it because, like I said, I can do it. I'm getting lazy about it. Stay. Let's see if that cut. Nope, it's the blade. Definitely the blade. 4. Let me cut 3. That's 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. And no, I'm not cutting crooked. The bolt, as you can see, is crooked on the table. It's just kind of laying here. I'm not even using the lines on the mat. I'm using the lines on the ruler. 5. So I don't recommend doing it this way, but this is how I've been doing it. 6. I guess it's the lazy way. Some of you probably do it too, though. 7. 1 more. And then we got to change to white thread or cream. I have a cream. I'm pretty sure I have a cream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. And I have a cream. Ouch. Perfect. All right. All right, let's see. Anyone? No, hold on. Let's see. Okay. Misty, it's fine. Diane, hope you were safe last night with the twisters and in Dallas. Misty, there are a lot of elephants here in Kentucky where you live. Really, that's no problem. Relation. Most are in Texas. I don't know, never knew. Very true, hun. Has anyone heard from Lucy today? If I'm not mistaken, she's the one that had under tornado warnings last night. And I don't know, where is your weight for the end of the ruler? It's right there. The weight was right there. I just didn't want to use it. Tell her, Diane. I need to weight myself, but you are able to just one, or you can only do them in pairs. Wait, I need to weight myself, but are you able to just one, or can you only? You can buy just one weight. I've seen them at Walmart actually. You can just buy one weight, but make sure you get a kind that's got like a stickiness or grip to it, of some sort. Mine are 5 pounds. I actually have both of them in here. I don't know how the second one got in here. It's supposed to be in the garage. All right, let's take the black out now. Put the cream on. And I know you guys have asked before, but I'm going to say it again. When it comes to my thread, I buy basic colors. If it doesn't blend, then I don't know what to say. But when my long arming thread, the thread that I use out there, the Glide, if that matches something and I'm doing a project where I need that, I'll bring the color in the house with me and work on it. But all my threads are out there for that. And then I have some specialty stuff that I ordered on other sites that are random colors of projects that I've done. And yeah, I tend to keep basic colors. So if you're new to quilting, basic colors is all you need. Really, you don't need much else. I'm gonna roll 2 bobbins real quick, guys. Just 2. Yes, 5 pounds holds it really good. Or my arm. I just put my elbow on one end and my hand on the other with 2 fingers, if you didn't notice. 2 fingers off the end, and it does just fine. Oh my God, get in the hole. Oh, and before I even forget, I need to grab another tag because I made a stack of them. Grab me another tag for this one and make sure that I grab another tag for the other one because they're both getting tags. All right, 2 wound, rethread, change my. All right. Oh, I was working on this, wasn't I? I'm doing 10 things at once. All right. I think I waste a lot of thread. There's one for you. Nice question for any of you. Do you waste a lot of thread? If you are watching this video later and you would like to answer that question, just for fun, do you waste a lot of thread? Put it in the comments below if you're watching later. And if you're watching now, you can just tell me, or you can tell us all in the comments below for later. But do you use a lot of thread? I tend to use a whole lot when I'm doing everything. Like I pull out long, you guys can see that because that's a lot of thread. I pull out long tails. I don't know why, it's just what I do. I'm weird, I guess. But I go through a whole heck of a lot of thread. All right, I'm just going to lay these all on my lap. Cutting glove. Use a cutting glove, but being so short, it tries to move on me. So I'll definitely be getting a weight soon. Cutting glove, like a metal cutting glove that keeps you from cutting your fingers or something. Because I don't know what you're talking about. Or like a gardening glove, like the ladies on the Fawns and Porter videos use. Like something like that. I don't use gloves. If I'm going to cut myself, I'm going to cut myself It's inevitable. I cut myself more in the kitchen making food than anything, honestly. It's the shakes. That's what does it. Putting a knife in my hand is different than holding a rotary cutter, you know? So I have more kitchen accidents with my fingers than anything else. All right, I'm just chain piecing all these through. Right sides together on the diagonal. Over and over and over. Flipping them, sewing them, doing the fastest route possible. I probably do, if judging by the piles of thread afterwards, but I try not to. I try not to also, just like my whole, I try not to throw the thread on the floor in the garage when I'm long arming, but I tried again today. I just kept thinking I'd have it on the thing, and I'm like, that thread's in my way, and I just move it and throw it on the floor. Like, I don't know, I just end up throwing it on the floor, and I make big piles. Big piles. I took pictures and posted it on in the group before. Like, I literally... And that wasn't even, that was just half of the quilt worth of thread. Like, I was barely at half the quilt when I started cleaning that pile up because we were dragging it in and out of the house and in and out of the garage, and it was blowing everywhere. So I had to clean it up. But we drag a lot of thread into the house from out there. And in here, well, it's carpet, so it doesn't really get anywhere. All right. All those are ready to be trimmed. Like for the kitchen. There's a cutting glove for the kitchen too. Interesting. They use them in restaurants. Interesting. Is it metal or something? Like one of those metal ones? I do to give my hubby a piece of his mind. Did you happen to get any quilt blocks today from your P.O. box? Yes, I have 3 quilt blocks that came in. But I'm waiting because it'll be such a short video, and I don't want to mix those into these videos, even though I do talk about it. I'm waiting till a couple more come in the mail, and then like at least 10, and then I'll do a video of just the quilt blocks. But let me tell who has came so far. We have one from PA with the last name Sadler because there's no first name on the envelope. We have a really messy envelope from Linda that got crunched in the mail. The mail crunched it, like, badly. I'm not trying to show the address, but I'm just trying to show you that it crunched it. And then we have one from Jody. So we have Linda, Jody, and the last name Sadler. So I just have those out of the way for now, but I'm really anxious to see them. Unfortunately, I want everybody to see them at the same time. So I'm waiting till more come. So don't freak out. I'll let everybody know in videos from, who's came already, just in case you're worried if the mail didn't come all the way or not. You know what I mean? So I'll at least update that they came. But I want at least 10 packages before I do a video, because it'll be a video just on birthday blocks, okay? So don't freak out. It's here. Those 3 have made it now. All right, so this is the ruler route where I use the ruler to cut my 1/4 inch perfect seam for trimming away my binding. You don't have to do it this way. You can do scissors like I did on the last one, which is probably not as accurate as doing it this way. Just letting you know that there's many ways it can be done. So I'm just lining it up on a 1/4 inch. Scissors probably saves more time if you just trim away with the scissors. Now I use a leader and ender. Oh, for thread. Hey, Aunt B. Boy, your mailman has issues wadding your mail like that. I think it just was spreading through the thing or something, or got shoved in the box wrong or something. My P.O. box is envelope size, so I don't know why it would be messed up in my P.O. box, but I do get a lot of funky mail, let me tell you. I've even got smashed boxes, missing mail where it was just an envelope with nothing else in it, just an empty envelope, because somebody either dropped the whatever out of it and the post office person wasn't kind enough to stick it back in the envelope. That's why I always tell people either tape your envelopes shut instead of lick to seal, just tape it, and or use one of those puffy envelopes that are got those insert, what is it called, bubble envelope, but I think those cost too much to send just a block. You guys can send your blocks regular postage in a regular envelope, but they do make thicker envelopes because me and Scott have had them before, thicker envelopes. I don't know what they were for mailing, but all right, this is done. Move all that out of my way. Out of my way, out of my way. We're going to iron now. Everything she gets is ripped. Yes, it's always ripped or opened or something is wrong. It happens all the time. That's why it's been going to my P.O. box, because there's less chances of that happening. But when it comes to my house, it's always ruined. Okay. I should have finger pressed all these. That's not going to work. I'll just press them. From the beginning. Press all those down. As I go. Like I normally do. Hold on. Let me tip this up a little, guys. There. That's better. Yeah, mail kind of sucks. But I've gotten smashed UPS, USPS, and FedEx. All three of the mailing system smashed stuff. The only thing we've never gotten anything smashed from is those special little deliveries. Like, I guess they're like same-day delivery things. They don't even show up in a mail truck. They show up in like a regular pickup truck or SUV. And it's some kind of mail carrier, like something Express or something like that. ES Express or yellow DSL Express, or I don't know what it's called, but those are never smashed. Anytime we get anything like that, it's always perfect boxes. I guess they really pay attention to handling with care. Post office, on the other hand, does not. I don't know how many of these quilts I'll be able to get done in live stream before I get hungry and need to go eat or go to the bathroom or something. So I'll have to go potty soon. I'll just try to rush this one on. You guys pretty much get the idea. I've done so many videos where I've been binding, but I want you guys to know that whole connecting thing because I've been asked, so. And it was easier to just do this live instead of making a video, taking the time to edit it in between the fact that I need to get all these done. So I don't want to keep starting more and more projects right now. So if I get all these finished, then we can start something new finally. I mean, one can be on the long arm while I start something new, but I really have a ton. I did 4 in the last 2 days. Well, actually, I've done 6 quilts in 2 days. 3 days. 6 quilts in 3 days. Because last night was 2, so 2 of them. And today was 1, and then 2 the day before. And 3 the day before. Because I did the pink one. So I'm getting them done. But I do have to take the time to bind them so that I can put them for sale and be done with it. And I think that's who asked me that in the last video feed before it got disconnected. Was that you, Diane? Asked about what I'm doing with all these quilts. I forgot my phone. Duh. You guys are probably talking and I really can't see that far. Working happy. Mailman has things. She's everything with us. Your mailman doing that. Well, my mailman that comes to my house, I don't think so. We talked to him. He's pretty good. We go out when he passes us our mail because Scott's usually outside, so I don't think it's him. Yes, DHL, that's the delivery. We never have anything messed up from them. I've seen where they stick a camera in for a safety check. A camera in what, in the mailbox? Or in their truck. Come on. That was you, Diane. Yeah, all these quilts are for sale. So Scott's gonna do the ads for me because I just am not in the mood. I just want to get them done. He can do all the selling stuff. I'll just tell him a price, tell him what it's made with, blah 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 blah. He can do all the other listings. I'm not gonna bother. Gives him something to do. And I'm asking him every day if he wants to sit down at the machine and make a block for my birthday block, for my birthday quilt. He keeps saying, well, blah, 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 blah. He'll have an excuse like, well, I got to do this or I got to do that. Yeah. It's like the old ladies don't want to see me. So the old people and the young people don't want to see me. So he says every day something new. Nobody wants to see me. So I just won't wear a shirt. Then I won't have to go online. Or, it's kind of funny. Like, you'd be surprised. But he doesn't want to do it. Maybe I can get Lexa to do one. Because she knows how to sew. Inside your... Oh, the camera inside your mail. Oh, I've never seen a camera inside the mailbox thing. Making excuses. Sure we do, Scott. You can do it. That's what I tell him all the time. Like, it's not that hard. I'll have you just make a simple 9-patch, But he's like, nope, not doing it. We'll see. We'll see. I might be able to convince him before too long. I was like, even if you just do it one time, it's only one little project, All right. This was 8 strips, right? Yes, I think so. All right, let's turn back around. We're going to show how these join and sew one more time for now. Because I'm feeling once I finish this, I'm going to be ready to stop for a little while. But this is enough to do 2 quilts. And I changed to the cream. Did I put the cream in the bobbin? I did, didn't I? White. I don't remember now. I was sewing with it. Yeah, it's cream. Do you see how fast my memory goes? All right, there's the tag. So let's put the tag. It don't really matter because either side is the bottom, either side is the top. I had some issues from ripping last night and I didn't get all the thread picked out. Really can't tell, but it's just everywhere. To my poo. To my poo. It's right here on the Winnie. Winnie the Pooh. Okay. We're going to put the tag down here on this bottom side. Give me 2 seconds. Turn this back on up again. There we go. Hey, I'm aware. DHL is a delivery company. And old on the outside and inside I'm in your 20s. I've never heard of it. Me too, Diane. Alright, I'm going to put this tag on here. Are you kidding me? That moved. Or I didn't set it down. I'm putting it at the bottom of the length, the tag, just so if you guys were curious. Alright. I'm all tingled. Alright, so I'm going to come down here and start sewing this on now. We're going to do this quickly like. I recently had to get a locking mailbox. The local teens think they can look through everyone's mail. That used to be my oldest nickname, Pooh Bear. How cool. Yeah, here there's a lot of people with locks on their mailboxes. And there's also a lot of cinder block or brick type or stucco but thick built type mailboxes, because a lot of the streets around here are main streets, and when drunks drive, they hit mailboxes because the mailbox is next to the curb, which in turn can get hit by a car. You know, so mailboxes tend to get hit a lot around here. So they try to keep them big and bulky. I mean, ours is leaning. It won't stay up no matter how many times we stick it back down. It only gets unimportant stuff in the house mailbox though, so bills don't need to be in a straight, nice, clean, fixed box. I have no idea what just fell. That's awful. We have PO boxes because our mailbox would be way far away to our house. I bet, Teresa, with it being way the heck out there. Yeah. Some of the outskirts areas have a line of boxes. And then you just stop at the line of boxes, pick up whatever one's in yours, and then be on your merry way. I only got the P.O. box because of the YouTube channel. I didn't want, and Scott didn't want, for privacy purposes, people just showing up at our door or random strangers knowing where I live. But let's just face it, I am in the public eye. So if my house address was out there, anybody can just show up at any time or Google where I live or whatever, you know? You guys have seen what my house looks like from the outside, though. It's 3/10 of a mile. Mine used to be on our house. Now it's down by the road. Ours is at the street. Every single one of them is at the street around here. Except for certain neighborhoods. Okay, let's run down this. Woo-hoo, almost done. Just gotta. I seriously need just a long table. This short square table, although nice for cutting, is not fun for any kind of anything projects. Not fun for making anything bigger than a single block. They made us move ours away from our house and down to the row. You hate it. What time is it for everybody right now? It's 6:13 here. Hi, Faith. 9:13 in Michigan, 8:13 where Misty is. Juana's at 8:15. Seven 13. Ramona's only an hour difference from me. Road mailbox is not convenient to anyone, least of all handicapped or elderly. Yeah, exactly. What was the name of the book you were making the sampler quilt from? You mean all the little blocks I've been making? The two books I've been using are the new Quick and Easy Block Tool and Around the Block book with Judy Hopkins. And this one doesn't say who. It just says with block ideas. It's a reference book. 14 for Brenda. You're in Canada, so you're on this side, the west side of Canada then? The price will be coming up home in Michigan for Christmas. Ramona's in Idaho. Okay. Could be I'll visit for Halloween. Okay, I got all that. Yes, thank you. I've got both Quick and Easy block books. I only have the one. I really had to have it too. I saw it online, told Scott about it, and the next day we ordered it. I really had to have it.
Didn't even get you anything, honey?
No, I'm good.
Wow, you're on your
Second.
Look at you, you're moving.
How long have I been on?
Now we're in 23 minutes. I thought it was 25, sorry. You got 25 people watching.
This song is all loud. I got big balls. She's got big balls. He's got big balls. That's the song that's on. And I've got the biggest balls of them all.
Okay, honey.
No. Rose, Common, Michigan, Labor, and Oxford. All right. I'm not even leaving a big opening on this one. I'm just coming right here. And I'm actually going to...
Did Michelle go in yet to bugger?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm going to be chopping off one of these real quick. Let me just seam rip this real fast. Oh my God, get in the hole. Not you.
You're not on camera.
Sorry guys, I gotta pick something out real quick. See how far over this goes. Okay. There we go. Just a little bit. All right, so Now I'm like a little bit smaller of an area than I normally would. And I need to open that up some more because I started too high on the quilt. But that's because I was in a hurry. This is what happens when you're in a hurry. Just rip out a little bit. Get yourself enough room. There we go. I'm going to start by making one cut. So I'm going to flatten it out and leave this whole piece right here to the side. I'm going to grab this first one first, the shorter piece. Oops, let's turn the camera down. So let's do this one more time. And let me use a different ruler this time so that you can see from a square ruler. So I'm going to flatten it out. And I'm going to cut a straight line right here. Just like so, with my scissors. So I have a nice straight line to work with. Then I'm going to take my ruler. Now I'm going to lay it on the 2.5 inch mark on the edge of that piece that I just cut. Oh, this really sucks. I wish it was closer, guys. I'm very sorry for this. So the ruler, the 2.5 inch mark is at the edge of this. So I'm just laying it on there. And then I'm going to take this other piece, the long piece, which is for the next binding of the next quilt, and I'm going to lay it on top of it. And see how this end right there is lifting? Don't do that. You don't want it to lift. You want everything to lay flat. And I know I have another ruler in the way, so let's move that. We want it to lay nice and flat. Come over nice and flat, holding the ruler down right here. And now I'm going to take I'm holding with my fingers. I'm going to take my scissors in and cut right there. And if it doesn't cut straight, just straighten it off ever so slightly. So it's nice and straight, just like that with your finger. Like I literally barely cut anything off. So this is for the next quilt. And you can see I was trying to make it to where I didn't end at a seam like that, but because I wanted to use the seam, but it wouldn't have lined up in here. All right, so now that's cut away. I'm keeping it closed. That's the end. They're both sticking out to the end. Just open one. So fold it out to one. Take the other one. Keeping it with the thing on the outside so it's fold facing down from the folding being in half. Yeah, put them together like this. It'd be nice if you had the quilt as lifted up as possible underneath you. You would take a pin. You pop it in one side. Keep this. I didn't have enough space cut, and or left open, and I cut some, but didn't cut enough. Just cut a little. All right, so let's put a pin in the one and a pin in the other side, and then I'll sew across that. I literally barely left any room for me to do this. I'll bring it up to the machine. Okay, I'll just take this. It's a good thing it's a little quilt, so I'll turn the camera in just 2 seconds, guys. I kind of forgot that on my way. 2 seconds to change this stitch length. You can see what I'm doing here. Sewing from that corner to the corner. Let me just get the needle down in here at least to start. Leave it right there for a second. Put the camera back up. Sorry about that. There we go. I'm just going to sew across this seam. Like I said, I didn't leave enough opening, but you're supposed to leave at least 10 inches or so. 10 to 12 probably is best. Come on. Trying to hold this flat. It's a good thing I put pins in this one because I wouldn't have been able to do this without them. On this piece at least. So I'm going to remove those pins. And first thing I'll do is open it, making sure that it's in there nice and flat. When I realize that it is, then I cut away a 1/4 inch away from that seam that I have just made. And then I'm going to finger press it and get everything to stay. Lay it flat, just like so, and sew it. Put this back where I had it. All right, let's see. 18, okay, where else? Okay, you guys are just talking about where you are and stuff. Okay. Not that I'm ignoring it or don't care or whatever. I'm just gonna kind of just push through on this real quick. So I'm just sewing now. I started about an inch from where I ended, or where I ended, and then about an inch beyond where I started. Yes, I do flange bindings a lot as well. All right, now let's flip it over. And now see that I just flipped it over, how my tag, you can see that right here. My tag is sticking out this way. We don't want that. We got to make sure that the tag is folded under. That's why I start at the tag usually, because I want to make sure that it catches like it's supposed to. All right, so I'm going to fold this over. And we're going to start sewing this on. Change my stitch length again. Take a drink of water. Let me see if I have, trying to think if I have a flange binding quilt here in the house. I do. Give me 2 seconds. Nope. Not in this room. I don't have a flange binding in this room. Most of the quilts are spread around the house, but flange binding is 2 colors in binding. I taught it. Just look down in my videos. You can find it somewhere in there. It should say flange binding, or how to make flange binding, or it could just be a regular Sew Sunday that I did a flange binding in and just haven't got a chance to go back and change anything yet too. Sometimes that happens. It needs to, the video is about, I don't know, Diane or Teresa, do you guys remember how long ago I did the flange binding? Remember, because I folded it the wrong way accidentally. I pressed the seam to the wrong color accidentally in the beginning because I wanted it towards the dark, but I ended up having to press it towards the light because of the colors that I used. I don't know, it's about, I'd say 6 or 8 months ago. None of these hanging up either. It's probably one that's in my room or on the couch, or I did for a customer or something. I don't remember. So I'm just sewing this on the front now. Same as the last one. This one's going a lot better because I'm using only 1 color thread. I don't have to test anything prior to starting. So it goes just a little bit faster for me. I just got a new machine for $49. my other one shut down and I lost my receipt. You got a machine, like a sewing machine for $49, like used or brand new? Whoa, that's a good price. If it's brand new, I want to know where you got it. Yeah, if I do another quilt that doesn't have this much layers, I'll do a flange binding. I have plenty more quilts to quilt, so they're all going to need binding. So just remind me sometime in the near future. Since I tend to do a lot of binding videos, you'd think I actually like binding with as many binding you guys see me do. I got to finish the quilts somehow, right? You couldn't get it repaired, so you got a new one. Yeah, but what machine do you get for that cheap? Like, what kind of machine? Like, is it a sale? Did you use a coupon or something? Or you just found one online for that cheap? I need to get, I want to get myself a little embroidery machine sooner or later. It's the only other machine I want to get is a little embroidery. Just to do quilt tags, and I guess to have a third machine in here for somebody else to sew on at the same time. I don't know. Oh, you got the same one as me? That's what I have, is the SQ9285. Is that what it is? Yep, that's what I have. The Brother SQ9285. Except we paid $200 for ours. You told Scott the price that you just paid, he's going to be mad. He'll be like, yeah, how is it that price now? You must have got it on eBay or something then, huh? It's new, still in the box. You see this serious? I got to back up a little. My finger's not working right now. I don't know why. Stay. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't get my finger to hold that down. It was like holding a, I don't know what. That was weird. That was not supposed to happen either. SE400 and an embroidery machine only does 4x4. A large throat right for quilting. Mine is big, but I can be for sewing and embroidery. Oh, it was a return. So at Walmart, was it at Walmart? That's where we got ours. Mine was Walmart. I never knew that they have return sewing machines. People have to return them for a reason, though, so they must be refurbished, maybe? Or it was just returned in the box and nobody ever opened it? That's kind of lucky if it's in the box and nobody ever opened it. I love how I quilted these two little quilts with the squigglies going all the way down. It totally looks so cool. As soon as I'm done binding all 4 of the quilts that I need to bind, I'll take pictures to post. I just posted one picture in the group showing you guys that I have 4 quilts to bind. So I'll do these 2, and then I have one more, which is the triangle quilt. It's cute. It's the SQ9285 that I have, Duana. It's great for free motion quilting. that mine hasn't had any issues like tension or skip stitches or anything while I'm free motion quilting. The only thing is the amount of space when I use it from that machine as opposed to using it from this machine. Even though this one's only what 4 more inches, it seems like a big difference. I guess like it really is. But for little like pot holders and things like that or whatever, if you're doing that kind of stuff, then there's no issue with free motion quilting on it. Mine came with a free motion quilting foot. Yours probably did too then. It's the same thing. I have a Singer 301A, a vintage machine. Lots of power for free motion quilting and a large throw. That's what you need, Vicki. Get an old machine. That would work for you. Instead of a new one, use your new one to piece, and you get an old big one. You can probably pick one up for super cheap. Now that I think about it, you should look online for an old Singer machine or something and free motion quilt from those, because those all have big throats. At least all the ones I've ever seen. You don't have an embroidery machine, Diane? You have the alphabet. I have the alphabet. Mine's the alphanumerical on the 9285. I don't use that for anything though, but to make tags. That's it. That's all I use that machine for. And I noticed today that the tension is horrible because the baby messes with it all the time. So she loves to turn the dials and everything on that one because it's her height. So yeah, I got to fix that one a little bit. Plus I think that one needs a cleaning. All right, so I'm almost to the start, and that will mean I have bound 2 quilts, and hopefully you guys were able to understand how I close my, join my ends with ease until I have clearer videos to make better videos. I could redo a lot of things, but I've shown you guys quite a few times and described it, so hoping that you guys understand. It saves so much time just cutting it that way instead of pulling out some binding ruler, making sure it lines up, reading the directions, first of all. My goodness. I used it to make the binding tool star quilt. That was it. It's too confusing to use for binding. Ta-da! Another one bites the dust. All right. So there's that one. All done. And this binding looks good on it because it's a cream, so it blends with all the creams in here and all the light colors. Keeping it, what's the word for it? Keeping it contemporary, toned contemporary look. There we go. I'm trying to think of words to describe it. So there's that. And anything goes good with the back because it's yellow. So there it is. And then the tag is one of these ends. Haha, there it is right there. And I showed you guys how I make these little tags. And I told you, tag your quilts so that if they end up somewhere in the wrong hands or thrift stores or wherever, that way someone knows who made it. And I don't know, it becomes easier to hunt down the original person. There's that. So I still have, hold on. Let's lay these up over here. So this one's done. This one will get the matching. So I'm going to put this up over here, but it's the same exact thing again. There's the quilting on it. It's squiggly lines. Ow, that freaking hurt. Squiggly lines. I had them loaded on the long arm sideways like this and just squiggled in long rows. So this one's next. This is the last one that I did for anybody that joined late. So this one's got clamshells. I just did this one today. It's got black binding on it because, well, there's a lot of random color in this, so it looks really cool. They all have Winnie the Pooh on the back. So that's another done one. These are all, the three of these are the same size. And then there was the triangle quilt. You guys remember when I made this? And I cross-hatched this one. I turn the camera just a little bit because it catches the angle. So anywhere that there's blue on this one has cross-hatching, and I did really small cross-hatching. So anywhere that there was blue, it got cross-hatching, and anywhere that there is triangles, got loop round ruler thingamabobber. So, and they all go the same direction, so even in the sides, it cross-hatched. So I know you guys can see. I almost said it. Yeah, I see you guys laughing. Yeah, I don't, sometimes I can't get my words out. And again, this one has Winnie the Pooh also. They're all baby quilts. They're soft. It's flannel. It'll be loved. So I have 2 more to do, and I'm going to get off of here now so that I can go eat and stuff and then come back in later and do the other 2. Since I showed you guys how it works, that way you guys can do it yourself. So let me read from this as I get off of here. All right, hello. Depending on what you get, mine, SewingMachinesPlus, was $7,000. Very cool quilts. Great look. Not a fan of brothers. Occasional. Tiffany, stop hurting yourself. I kicked my hold on. It's third toe. How the third toe? Usually it's the pinky or the big toe. I got the third toe on the computer's the tripod thingy. So that hurt. I'm always hurting myself. It's all the time. Alrighty. But you get everything. Yeah. All right. I will be known as now known as crotch hatching forever. Exactly. I couldn't get the words out. Sorry, they don't always come to me like it's supposed to. Hey, at least I said clamshells instead of cam shells. Because earlier I was telling my daughter I was doing cam shells. She said, "What?" I meant to say clamshells. She's like, "What the heck is that?" I was like, "It looks like fish scales," because that was the only other way to describe it. So yeah, I couldn't say clamshells earlier. I kept saying cam shells. She was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, Mom." All right, guys. So, all right, I'm gonna get out of here. You guys know how to do binding my way now, so hopefully you get it. Someday when I can just have something that'll hold the camera and I don't have to hold it while I try to work one-handed, then it'd be easier to show you guys and close up on things. But I'm pretty sure you guys could see what I did. It's great. He's having trouble with his words tonight too. It just happens for me. It's random. And I say backwards stuff. I told you that, Teresa. You've probably heard me do it plenty of times. I say things backwards, or I put the words in the wrong order, but still have the proper sentence, if that makes any sense. It kind of is weird, but it happens. I'll have to get the test drive some and see what's easiest for me. All right, guys. Anyway, I'm glad you guys had a good time hanging out with me today. I'm surprised 23 of you are here on a Monday evening and night, and it's evening-ish here. Night for all of you all. And I will see you guys next time I'm on. I might even come back on later tonight in my pajamas because I got to load another quilt. So it might be Facebook though. So don't forget, if you are new to my channel, description down there, go join. You got to subscribe to my channel. Subscribe right there, down that way. And go to the group, sign up for it. You guys can see live videos that are clear on the long arm. So yeah, other than that, night everyone. I'm letting you all say bye to each other, and I will see you guys next time I'm on. Don't forget to like my videos, share them, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.